Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Happy Bringling. Namaste, friends, and welcome back to Bringle Talks Design Your Unicorn Tuesdays. My name is Ansshav Jain, also known as Anshavatar, or the full name is Engineer Ansshav Jain MBB. I'm a serial entrepreneur, angel investor turned venture capitalist, Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt, and a creator of Design Your Unicorn Framework. Last week we uncovered the biggest startup killer, cash flow mismanagement. But today, we shift gears to the true driver of the business growth, sales and marketing. And I want to think about this and go through this entire Bringle talks. Even if we want to go it at a 2x speed, that's better. I am going to tell you a strategy. Please keep it with you. Bring your ears higher. Don't tell it to anyone. Bring it. Yes, come here. I'll just whisper. Sell without selling. Yes, you've heard it right. Because here is the reality. Without a predictable customer acquisition engine, your startup is just an expensive hobby. And I've lived through it. Whether you are a B2B, B2C, or a B2G, or anything else, your ability to attract, convert, and retain customers at scale decides if you will survive. And if you will scale to your billion-dollar dream or not. So today we will cover why most sales strategies fail, the Design Your Unicorn 7-pillar approach to sales and marketing, how to design your customer acquisition engine that works in B2B, B2C, B2G, or any other models, and how to retain customers so that they become your brand ambassadors. I want you to pause and reflect. Okay? When was the last time you bought something, not because of a discount, not because someone pushed you, but because you believed in the story behind it? Now think about the brands you admire. Apple, Tesla, even the small cafe you go back to again and again. There is some story behind it. You're not buying Apple or Tesla just like that because they're wonderful products. There are other products as well which are good. The only difference is they didn't start with what they sell. They started with why. As Simon Sinek says, people don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. The story of selling is very important. This is the secret of the pull strategy. It's not about forcing customers with push tactics, sending them emails after emails, cold calling, getting insulted. It's about attracting them with your purpose, your story, and your trust. It's the real startup story is all about. This is how you sell without selling. Push sales is broken now. It's dead. Cold calls, spam ads, discount, they don't create loyalty anymore. Why? Because customers are smarter. And if the discounts are becoming more important, people wouldn't have been buying iPhones after iPhone. They're bombarded with 4,000 plus brands messages daily. They can smell inauthenticity instantly. And here is the painful truth. If your business doesn't stand for something deeper, you will disappear in noise. Because people are not just buying a product. They are buying beliefs. They are buying your why. If you don't define it, someone else will. When you rely only on pushing, you not only fail to sell, you push people away. I've been doing it. Changed my strategy. Worked well. I've taught this strategy to so many startups and businesses. So what is the strategy? That is called as pull strategy. Instead of chasing customers, you attract them. Instead of pushing harder, you pull stronger. And how do you pull? You lead with why. Apple's why wasn't we build computers. It was we challenge the status quo. We think differently. Tesla's why wasn't we sell cars. It was we accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. Your why makes you magnetic. Your brand, your sales, your marketing all becomes natural extensions of your purpose. Our why is not about funds. Our why is that we want to transform India into a #1 economy. We want to transform India into a startup and skills capital of the world. When you lead with why, you no longer need to sell. You simply sell without selling. Now let's connect why to today's world of AI and branding. AI and automation. AI can replace your why, but it can amplify it. It can't replace. Why cannot be replaced, but it can amplify that why. Put the message in much better way. Automated funnels, chatbots, CRM, they keep your purpose alive 24/7. Personalization at scale makes every customer feel seen and valued. All the Bringle talks we do, you leverage a lot of AI tools. Right now, we have not even used 10% of it. Personalization at scale makes every customer feel seen and valued. AI filters noise, so your authentic message shines through. Your why becomes your PR story. Your product is not the PR story. Media doesn't care about your features. They care about your impact. Customers don't remember your discounts. They remember your values. There is a social proof of interviews, podcasts, partnerships. Amplify your why. Those interviews, podcasts has to only talk about why. This is the power of combining why with technology. Your brand stops being a product. It becomes a movement. That is why our movement is all about. Let me leave you with a thought. If you're struggling with sales, maybe the problem is not your product. Maybe the problem is that you haven't defined your why. Because when you lead with why, sales becomes service. Customers don't buy once, they stay for life. And we are starting up a year-long workshop next year, which you can join that and you can be a part of the community, wherein you will learn everything about 4 areas, 7 pillars, and 105 factors, which can make or break the businesses. You can transform your ideas into a billion-dollar company in 3 to 5 years' time. Leveraging the best of the Design Your Unicorn methodology, which actually comes from Design for Six Sigma, where you can actually create a product, Six Sigma level of quality of product or a service when it doesn't exist. Remember, when your sales becomes service, customers don't buy once, they stay for life. Your business grows not by pushing, but by pulling. And in that moment, you stop selling, you start inspiring. And that's the essence of pull strategy. That's the future of business, sell without selling. Because as Simon Sinek reminds us, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. If you want to read more about this power of why and Design Your Unicorn methodology, buy the book Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jaga, Volume 1 on Mission Zero Unemployment on Amazon. Once you buy the book, I will give you the next book, Volume 2, Mission Net Zero on Sustainability at 50% of the cost, and the $1 Billion Dream book, where the first 100 unicorns case study is there and how to fund the next 100 unicorns, or how to fund your own unicorn or own startup and transform that into a unicorn will be given at a 50% cost. That discount is not because we want to make money. We want to give you because we want many people to get benefited. And 100% of the proceeds of these books goes for our charity or social venture fund. This version blends, a very important aspect for you, that push sales are failing. You're becoming invisible right now. You're commoditizing it. But you have to create a desire of a magnetic pull. Find out loyal customers. Create it as a brand movement. Learn about AI, automation, PR, branding. And most importantly, find out your why. What is your why? Why you are doing for whatever you are doing. It's not about your product anymore. And let's begin with a harsh truth as well. Or let me share this, because 74% of the startups fail to scale beyond 10 crores revenue. Why? Because they confuse activity with impact. They run ads without positioning. They chase vanity metrics like likes, clicks, followers instead of paying customers. They sell without understanding customer journeys. They burn money on acquisition but ignore retention. Your repeat customer is very, very important. Your subscription models. We have a 50% repeat rate. 50% repeat rate in our customers, whether investors, entrepreneurs, or anybody. And that retention is very important. See, remember, it costs 5 to 7x more to acquire a new customer than to retain an existing one. So if you're bleeding customers out the back door, your front door marketing spend is worthless. Sales without systems is chaos. Marketing without positioning is noise. Together, they kill your startup faster than you realize. So create a unique brand of yourself, how you are changing yourself, why it is changing. See, let's decode how DYU or Design Your Unicorn helps you to build a scalable acquisition engine. We help you as a step one to position and brand your product. Who are you? Why should customers care for you? How do you stand out in a crowded market? We create an ideal customer profile for you with a TAM, SAM, SOM mapping. Help you to generate leads through a multi-channel framework, social media, partnerships, events, referrals. Build trust funnels, not just lead funnels. You have to do all of that. Define stages like lead, prospect, demo, close. There are 4 stages or 5 stages. One is the database. Then you convert them into lead. You qualify those leads. Then you get the prospects where the customer starts saying that, yes, I'm interested in that product. And then you finally close. After that also, there are 4 stages of upselling of the business. That is how you have to figure out and manage it out and grow your business. Those are the sales funnels I'm talking about. Do not sell it to everyone. There are only 3% people who are actually interested in sales or buying. Rest are all not even ready to buy. And that's all we've explained to you in different journeys over a period of time. Automate your follow-ups. WhatsApp autoresponder, Instagram autoresponders, Google Forms, Google emails, auto emailers, give them information, whatever the connect, setting up your calendar invites. Train your team in a consultative selling, not a forced selling. Subscription, loyalty models, create those as a retention strategy. Personalization, create basic, good personalization at a scale level. Customer feels it is personalized for them. Customer success teams, create those. So who work with the customer and understand. Work on customer acquisition costs, reduce that. Total lifetime value of a customer, monitor that, measure them. Churn rates, pipeline velocity, how fast you are converting your customer from a database level to a customer. This is called as Design Your Unicorn pillar called scalable sales engine plus brand and influence capital model. Together they create a growth loop that never stops. Here is a real case study we worked upon. A B2B SaaS-based startup had amazing technology, but no clear positioning. Customer acquisition cost was around 25,000 rupees, where long-term value was only 20,000 rupees. Think about that. You're not even recovering your cost. And the churn rate, 40%. When we applied the Design Your Unicorn diagnostics and worked with them, we realized that weak brand influence was there. There was no brand influence which was created. No retention model was there. Over dependence on one channel only. We fixed the positioning, introduced the content engine, created partnership for them. We reduced their cost of acquiring customers by 40%, doubled their long-term value with annual contracts and cut churn rate to 15%. Now their cost of acquisition from 25,000 rupees came down to by 40%. And their long-term value got doubled, which means that 20,000 became 40,000. That is how you grow. Within 18 months, their revenues tripled without extra ad spend. That is critical. That's the power of designing your sales and marketing engine. You know, here is what you can do today. Define your and write it down. Please write it down very. Pick up a you can pause this video, write it out, pick up a notebook and pen, and do this small thing. Number one, define your ideal customer profile. Audit your customer acquisition cost and long-term value. Are you profitable per customer or not? That's called unit pricing. Add at least one retention lever, either subscription, loyalty, or a community, which could give you which you can use to reach out to them again and again for a upselling or a maybe cross-selling, and at least that customer will remain forever with you. Build multi-channel lead generation. Create multi-channels. I was talking to one of the startup, I was mentoring them, and they came up to me that they have only social media sales and they're doing very good, but they wanted to get into B2B sales. They did not know. Because depending on one source may be very devastating for you at some point in time if that channel stops working or reducing the sales. So remember that revenue growth is meaningless without profitable, repeatable, and scalable sales. Friends, let me wrap this for today. Okay, watch the next Bringle Talks next week as well for new sessions. And share this video with any of your friends out there who is entrepreneur looking to learn and things like that. Design Your Unicorn Tuesdays is only for entrepreneurs. Friends, let me wrap this up. Sales and marketing is not about running ads or pitching harder. It's about designing systems that attract, convert, and retain customers predictably. And that's what the DYU framework gives you: a scalable acquisition engine, a retention loop, a brand influence that compounds over time. And here is your next step. Subscribe to the Bringle Talks YouTube channel. Turn on notifications so that you don't miss out next Tuesday or any day. Watch 10 minutes daily at 2x speeds for 100x plus growth. Download your free ebook, Design Your Unicorn, link in the description and the comments below. Drop your questions in comments or book your one-on-one call with me only for the first 100 entrepreneurs and get this 10,000 session free with me. And also don't forget, 21 days business sustainability challenge series with 80 speakers, 30 plus countries, and 4-week Design Your Unicorn series for startups and MSMEs, packed with question and answers and FAQs, is available in Design Your Unicorn Tuesdays playlist on the Bringle Talks YouTube channel. Do watch it. Play one video 1 week. You will have 21 weeks content with you. Plus there will be a pledge taking session and the final session, plus 4 weeks. So let's say 23 plus 4, 27. Repeat this session for the next another 6 months. 1 year, you have your entire concept ready, your growth plan ready. If you want a personalized support, click the link below. We will connect personally and understand how we could help you. Next Tuesday in week 4, we will tackle something that kills scaling faster than anything else: processes and systems. Very, very critical. Once you start building up your sales engine, you have to set up the processes and systems, because without SOPs, automation, and delegation mastery, growth becomes chaos. So hit subscribe, notifications on, and I'll see you in week 4. This is Ansshav Jain, also known as Anshavatar, signing off. Dare to dream big or die wondering what could have been your billion-dollar dream. So let's speak loud. Jagao, jagao, har ghar tiranga ke saath, har ghar sone ki chidiya ko jagao. Keep Bringling, keep growing, and keep spreading the Bringle dream wave. Inspire others, help them achieve, and motivate them to pass it on.